Pokemon Sword Wonderlock was a bit too easy for my taste due to my lack of difficult rules. So today we find out, can I beat Pokemon Moon with only a Misdreavus? Compared to the Wonderlock, the rules are simple. I can only use Misdreavus in battle. One of the reasons I chose Gen 7 was because they don't have HMs. I can't use items in battle, but held items are okay. I can't break the game with glitches. Now then, let's begin. I replaced Popplio so that Howl will eventually have an Incineroar, which is a dark type. I grab Misdreavus and name her Affection. Now, something I've been a bit worried about is Affection's moveset. She doesn't really get anything half decent until level 23. So only attacking moves until then will be Astonish and Psywave. Astonish has a pretty low power, not that great, and Psywave deals a random amount of damage based on the level of the user. And it can't be super effective, but Dark is still immune to it. Now, Affection has a bold nature, which is plus defense and minus attack. Doesn't seem too detrimental, might actually be pretty good later on. And looking at its characteristic, it indicates that its highest IV is probably HP. Going back to Icky Town, I hit my very first roadblock. My only move at this point is Psywave. The first trainer's Pokemon is a dark normal type, and it only knows normal moves. My only options are for me to get rid of all the PP from my moves and then use Struggle, or to level all the way up to 37 to learn Payback. One of these is the obvious choice. I'm going for Struggle here. It's much easier, and since Rattata can't hurt me, I'm gonna use up a few Spites and Growls on the wild Pokemon, so I can have less total PP than Rattata. So I go do that, repeats the PP of the rest of my moves against a Yungoos. I am definitely gonna have to find a TM for another move later on Melemele. I'm pretty sure Echoed Voice is here as well. Now I go do that, and I win. Thankfully, I can beat this Rattata with Struggle. Lily tells me not to go up to her loft, but how about I do anyway? And later on, I get to the final trainer in the trainer school, and he has a dark type. I am going to need to level up a bit more to get Astonish, and even then, Astonish isn't very effective against Grimer, and it can two-shot me with Bite. I am going to need to level up more. I am going to try again around level 15. And later on, due to some bad luck with confusion that it snaps out of on the same turn that I inflicted it, it bites me. It breaks out again later on and uses Bite again. I really don't have to go to grind to level 20. And OBS didn't record anything after that third defeat. I left it pause. I do that way too much. During that time, I almost had it again, but then Poison Touch happens, and I'm gonna need to level up a bit more. And by more, I mean to level 19. Then I go and pick up that TM49, Echoed Voice, so I can actually hurt the Totem Raticate. I use it to replace Spite. I went to the trial, and due to Affection being level 20, I two-shot the Totem Pokemon. Grand Trial time versus Hala. Not much to say, it was just incredibly easy. I just swept his entire team with Echoed Voice. Turns out, an attack that hits stronger the more you use it can be pretty good. If you didn't know, the way that it works is that it increases the base power by 40 each turn it's used. Starts at 40, then to 80, then to 120 by turn 3, it's pretty useful. I end up fighting Cena and I win. Affection learns Hex instead of Astonish, thankfully. Well, I guess it's time for Totem number 2. Totem Wishy-Washy. I lose the first fight due to the weird love disc whose name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce, using Heal Pulse on the Totem. I guess I should level up a little bit more. So I go and level Affection up to 29, and she crushes Wishy-Washy. On my way to the next Totem, I get dragged into a battle royal. So I go and one-shot the Rockruff. Next up, I go and head off to the top of Volcano to do Kiawe's trial. Now this should be easy. If Affection's faster, she should absolutely crush the Totem Salazzle. And I do! It goes down to a Psybeam. And then next up, I guess, would be going to the jungle, where I press A to pound. Now in this fight with the Lurantis, I realized how screwed I am if I don't kill its help. I am incredibly weak for this fight. Like, I am underpowered. There is no way I'm gonna win this fight. Lurantis hits like a train, and I need to be able to one-shot all of its backup. Now, Trumbeak can lower my defense, and Cast Form will let it use Solar Blade more often by using Sunny Day. Assuming I can KO the Lurantis in 3 attacks, I'll have to be able to withstand 3 to 4 Solar Blades while dealing damage to both it and its backup. My plan right now is to use Echoed Voice to hopefully reach the max damage of 200 power by the time I'm attacking the Lurantis. I am going to gain a few levels before I try this again. I returned for a rematch at level 33, and I got confused, and level 33 wasn't good enough. 3 Solar Blades will just instantly kill me. Affection levels to 36 for another rematch. Now that managed to be enough, and Affection took out Lurantis. I immediately go and buy 10 Super Repels because there is no way in hell I'm going through Diglett Cave without them. The second I enter Coney, I rush on over to the Eviolite and slap that sucker onto Affection. I end up fighting Plumeria, and that fight goes pretty good. I win. I guess it's time to fight Olivia. Here's hoping I don't die horrifically. She says it's going to be the hardest fight on Akala, but that Totem Lurantis was pretty tough. No, I pull through in this fight by just spamming Hex. I never really used the Eviolite before, but now I understand how good it can be. I guess it's time for the next trial. Now, I didn't really know what to expect going into this fight, since it's been a while since I last actually played Gen 7. And even then, I've only really played the Ultra games recently, so I guess it's time for the first attempt against Totem Vikavolt. Now, I discovered that I need to get rid of the backup Pokemon as usual, but first, I'm gonna have to level up Affection. I'm aiming for level 41 here, because that's when she'll learn Shadow Ball. It shouldn't really be that hard, though thinking a bit more, I should maybe focus Vikavolt, since it raises its special defense so much. I reach level 42 and go for a rematch. I lost because of incredibly bad paralysis luck. What are the chances of it going off? 25%? Damn, that was more like 75%. It was literally 4 turns, and 3 of them I couldn't move. And then the Charge Bug bit me. I can win if I don't get such terrible luck. There honestly shouldn't have been much more to say, because I did end up winning in 3 moves. Moving on to the trial, Totem Mimikyu crushes me. Its Shadow Claw hits hard and it's faster than Affection. As usual, I've got to level up a bit before my next attempt, so I buckle up and raise her up to level 49. It took a while. Shadow Claw hits for a lot, but my Shadow Ball hits harder, and I manage to pull through and take it down. When going to Po Town, Team Skull needs a double battle, so I have to go all the way back and retrieve Fomantis. I do the thing where Fomantis just uses growth and then dies. Having only 1 living Pokemon means I can also skip all the double battles if I wanted to. But, later on I guess I gotta fight Gizmo again. Now I'm faster than his Golisopod and managed to switch it out because of its emergency exit, and next up is Ariados. Now this fight goes pretty smoothly. He dies, I grab the Bugnium Z, and I go to a Pokemon Center to get rid of this Fomantis. I head back to the Ether House where Gladion gets mad and fights me. He almost wins, but Affection survives in Acrobatics with 1 HP and kills Golbat with Echoed Voice. Next up, it's time to fight Nanu for his Grand Trial. And even being so high level, Affection gets hit pretty hard. His Krokorok confuses her, but I manage to kill it. But then his Persian, oh boy. This Persian crits on a Z-move and Affection goes down instantly. This is the first Z-move I've ever encountered in the game. I tried again before resorting to level grinding. Next fight goes well until Krokorok breaks out of the confusion the next turn and Affection eats another Z-move. Back to the grind. I level up to level 55 so I can get a stronger attack that's neutral on most of his team. That move is Power Gem. Doesn't really matter because I'm faster than Persian, and I already boosted the power of Echoed Voice against Krokorok, and I one-shot it. We take a Team Skull boat and go storm the Ether Paradise. Next fight with Guzma isn't too hard either. I'm glad I grabbed Power Gem because his entire team is bugs. Next up is Lusamine. Her Clefable metronomes into Sonic Boom, and thankfully, I'm able to kill it without taking damage. Next up, I show Miss Magius who is the superior Pokemon by OHKOing it with Shadow Ball. And I luck out as pretty much all of Lusamine's attacks miss, and I end up wiping her team. After that, I take a boat on over to Poni Island, where Hapu becomes the new Kahuna and I get to go to her grand trial. I'm only able to take out one of her Pokemon before I go down, so as always, I need to level up Affection. I get up to around level 66 before going back for a rematch. And before this, I teach Affection Psychic because I didn't know I had the TM. I easily defeat Hapu in round 2. Now I use another Super Repel before entering the canyon. After I end up losing a battle, I pick up some Max Repels and use those. When I get to the next trial, I'm glad that I remembered I had Psychic, because the totem is a Kameo. Affection levels up one more time as I defeat the totem and nab myself the Dragon Z Crystal, which I'm not gonna use. Up next is Nebby evolving into Lunala because of the power of music. Then I go and fight whatever the hell Lusamine became. Affection dies to her Clefable because it got leech seeded from Metronome, and it spammed Moonlight. But first, I'm gonna have to level Affection up a bit more, so she stands more of a chance. I hate this fight. It sucks. Lusamine keeps spamming Moonlight and Moonblast and Cosmic Power, making it impossible for Affection to do anything. Now before my next attempt, I pick up the Calm Mind TM and replace Echoed Voice with it. Now I get off 3 Calm Minds and Clefable gets off an attack using Metronome that requires it to recharge and I kill it. I'm set up. There is nothing Lusamine can do. Affection pulls through and wins the fight. After we leave, Nebby wants to fight me, and not actually wanting to take the time to catch it, I just chuck the Master Ball. I then head on down the mountain and fight with Gladion. I set up a Calm Mind and prepare to sweep. I forgot I had Nebby in my party, so I go back and deposit her after I thankfully beat up Gladion without dying. I go for Hala first. Affection takes a pretty big hit while setting up a Calm Mind, but she pulls through and sweeps with Psychic. Hala goes down and Olivia is next. As with Hala, I set up a Calm Mind. Affection takes a Hydro Pump and it does nothing. Lycanroc was nothing, but Carbink is a lot tankier and takes a few hits. Probopass sets up against me with Thunder Wave and I do another Calm Mind, and hope I don't get unlucky with the Paralysis. I'm able to take it down, but Golem crushes me. I'm gonna go right back in to try to see if I can beat the other 2 Elite Four members first before leveling more. I try Kahili next. Power Gem should be good here. It's a nice, easy sweep. I'm not expecting much difficulty from Miss Rolla's team, so I set up a Calm Mind, I take a Shadow Claw, but I OHKO and spam Shadow Ball for the rest of the fight. After I heal up Affection and use my rare candies to level her up to 80, I'm going after Olivia next while I still have some attacks. I'm going to use 3 Calm Minds here for the help. Her Relicanth tries to put Affection to sleep and then tries to Hydro Pump, but it does jack. I use another Calm Mind when Carbink comes out. I want to make sure I don't lose to any of Olivia's team. This fight shows me how much I hate the ability Sturdy. I use my last Ether and prepare to fight Hala. I Calm Mind and Psych it, just like last time. It was a massacre. Now that's the Elite Four down. It's time for Kukui, though I prefer the final battle in the Ultra Games. Like always, I Calm Mind and then Shadow Ball. Now I Psychic the Snorlax and it does nothing. I Calm Mind once more and take a Crunch and I die to Snorlax. I need to level a bit more to do this fight. I get up to 85 and I get through the Elite Four a lot easier this time. So I'm back to fighting against Kukui. This time around, the only way I can kill this Snorlax is if I crit on Psychic. And I get a crit on Psychic and it goes down. And finally, after a bunch of stalling with Sturdy and Full Restores, I beat Pokémon Moon with only 1 Misdreavus. I've gotta say, this run was fun to do. I like Misdreavus as a Pokemon, and being able to complete this challenge made me like it even more. Anyways, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like this content, please leave a like. And if you're interested in seeing more Pokemon challenge runs, make sure to subscribe. Please, have a wonderful day.